Hey guys, so today we're going to use JSTOR and Google Scholar to do research on some topic about architecture. So for this assignment, I was assigned about the Silk Road and the architecture and the cities along the Silk Road, like how they have been influenced and how they have changed. And so let's just start. Open Google and type JSTOR. So JSTOR is a digital library founded in 1995, and it provides 4 text searches of almost 2,000 journals. So it's a large database. After you type it, the first one is going to be the website, and just click it. And here is the first page, and it says journals, primary source, and books. So here we go. And the keyword I find out is the Silk Road, and for sure architecture. So I might just type in this too and see what we got. We have, that's a lot, 10,000 search results. And in order to save time and be more productive, I might just go down and there's a subject to select. That's going to help you to focus on like what kind of area you want to focus on. And there we go. We want to focus on architecture and architecture history. Just click it. And sometimes it might say something about design, but not totally about architecture design. So I may not use that one. However, the second one will be a really good result. And the book is called Chinese Architecture History, which means it's a history about Chinese architecture, like how it has influenced others and has been influenced. Since China is a major character in Silk Road, I believe this is going to be a good one. So this is the first one we have. And just go through it. Yeah, it has pop up several times the same book, so I'm not going to do the same book because I want more research and I want more opinions and maybe a little bit like more history about it. And after I go down and check everything I got, there's one I have been like a highlight because for this one it's from Journal of Architecture Education, and it is also something about architecture history. So this is going to be the second one I used. And since I realized it's not going to be a good thing, just go through it one by one. I try to type down my questions on the website, like how the Silk Road influence architectures and cities. And these are none of those are secondary resource because they're not, at least they're not scholar researchers because they're not preview. However, those journals or websites can help me to understand what kind of topic I have been assigned for and let me have a better understanding about this topic. And after I go through it, I find out this is going to be a keyword and I can find other keywords. And the one I want to focus on is the Ottoman Empire. So I may just type this in and just go through it. Still type architecture and architecture history, and this would be a really good one because it's kind of like from the topic you can tell it's trying to introduce something about how it get influenced and how it just spent to others. So this is the third one I did. And also by reading those articles, I realized Chinese architecture, as I said, China is a major characters in the Silk Road development, and mosque is something I really want to focus on. But those two may not form a research, like a word for the research, so I may just open advanced search, try to do something over here. So I will type Chinese architecture and mosque. And there we go. There's a lot of good research. And here is the fourth one I found. It's called China's earliest mosque. So this would introduce us like some history and really good examples of those, and maybe they would trace the like where it came from and how it influenced others. And this is how I do JSTOR. And so let's go to the second one, which will be Google Scholar. I typed it wrong. And for Google Scholar, I did the same thing, type in Silk Road and influenced architecture. By doing this, I find that there's a lot of good resources. However, almost 50% of those are talking about new Silk Road or Silk Road history, which is not exactly what I want. So I just go through those, go through the topics, try to find something like a word related to architecture, and there we go. This might be a good one because, as we mentioned before, Buddhism and Islamic is like the two major religions on the Silk Road. And one way for them to develop their power or to try to persuade others may be by building typical architecture and buildings to try to show how this element has influenced and in the empire. So yep, this is the third one I found. So that's how I find 5 resources for the architecture along Silk Road.